Hi, this is Andy Ricebetter at Redstone Golf Club on a journey to Olympic golf with Charlie Epps, golf professional. How are you doing today, Charlie?
You know, I'm doing pretty good.
Thank you very much.
I'm relaxed and interested in your story.
You know, I got to get right to the punchline. The only two people, the only one we each know, well, he's the only one that's done it, but he's driven from Oakland, California to Buenos Aires.
Yeah. 12,000 miles.
Wow.
7 weeks, 8 flat tires. You know, we camped out, and it was myself and 3 other guys. I was the oldest one, 21 years of age, and I hit balls in every country. How about that?
That's pretty good. So how did you get your sanity back? Because everybody says I'm crazy to do it, so you must have been crazy at the age of 21.
Well, we were young and dumb.
Young and dumb.
You know, and we had our fathers that paid for the trip. And it was a venture. Growing up in Argentina, the years before, in summers, one of our projects was to learn how to build a car, which my dad, was building cars as a profession, and we learned how to service engines, and then we did the map. We went through all of the different cities, and we made all the arrangements. So I'm going to give you that book. You'll have to return it.
Oh,
but I think
I'll make a copy because I don't want to take anything of value that might not come back with me.
Okay.
So tell me, how did you come to Argentina, and how did you come to the game of golf?
My dad was transferred from the company he worked for in Michigan to Argentina in 1953 to build automobiles, and the choice of sport at that time was golf. So he and I, and actually my mother, we started playing golf in Argentina.
Wow, and I know, I think my research is right. My trip through Mexico, Central, and South America, there's only one current World Golf Hall of Fame member, and that would be
Roberto de Vicencio, who happens to be my idol. I grew up, with him in Argentina. And he became very friendly, and we did a lot of things. And one of the highlights is I caddied for him in 1971 at the World Cup at West Palm Beach. And I see him every year since then.
So how did you become a PGA golf professional? How did you come to Houston?
After I came I went to the University of Toledo and got out of college. I decided to become a golf professional, and actually I went to Spain, lived in Spain for a couple of years, and then moved to Houston, and decided to make golf my career. Became a PGA golf pro, and been one ever since 1974.
And you have, I've heard that you're a coach, a trainer of a very exceptionally gifted and successful member of the PGA Tour.
Angel Cabrera, and I've known him for many, many years, and I grew up knowing him, and then in 2007, he and his manager asked me to help him, and lo and behold, he won the U.S. Open, and then he won the Masters, so we've had a pretty good run.
And almost won it this year.
That's exactly right. So that's been a great relationship.
I was at the Masters, very interesting. Not too many people go down the 10th fairway and come back up. Americans didn't have much of a record doing that until Bubba Watson and then what Adam did. But
and he's not American.
He's not American, yeah. So we connected, a friend of mine, John Anderson from the World Golf Hall of Fame, told me about you, and you told me about a real special event here that I'm really adding a detour in my journey because it's so special. Tell me a little bit about that.
It's called the Spirit. It's the Olympics of golf for amateurs, and it's funded by a custodian, a very prominent family in Houston, Corby Robertson, who's an All-American football player at University of Texas, and he has a buddy of his, and they joined forces. He was also a great football player, and they started Camp Olympia, and that's a summer camp that helps kids, and then he built a golf course, and then he started this golf tournament in 2002, I believe it was, called the Spirit. I was the first captain for the American team. Wonderful event, and it's grown, and it is actually, I don't think the Olympics can run a better event.
Well, I'm excited about the opening ceremonies on Sunday, and
you call me afterwards and you tell me.
It's going to be golfers from Mexico and Argentina there.
Yes, and Bulgaria and Czechoslovakia and Spain.
All over the world.
All over
and
the world.
Amateurs too.
Yes, young kids.
Wow.
And there'll be some older people there too, but it's fantastic.
So golf has not been played in the Olympics
Right.
since 1904 at this club, Glen Echo Country Club,
St. Louis.
112 years ago.
Right.
What do you think about golf becoming an Olympic sport?
I think it's good. I think it's worth a try to see if it'll catch on. I think golf's worldwide now for many different reasons because of the professional game, and hopefully it goes. But I still think Olympics is track and field and wrestling and those type of summer sports. But hopefully they'll get it going in Brazil.
Now you've been around this game almost all your life. You've been close to champions of the game. What, in your opinion, again, nobody's experienced it in 112 years, what defines the spirit of Olympic golf and golfers? What characteristics will have to be there for golfers to become Olympians?
I think it's hunger. I think hunger drives athletes. I know Uncle Cabrera grew up with the poorest of the poor could ever be, and he had to excel at something because he was hungry for food. And once you take an animal and they're going to go out and hunt him. When he was hungry, and the guys that work out and work, they got to be hungry to win.
Well, Charlie, thank you very much for the time and the interview.